Who am I? Where am I? What am I doing here? Welcome back to another episode of Black Magic Craft. Am I even doing my crap good enough? I don't know. Let's find out.
Gregorian sound synchronizing. Okay, the sound is good.
Sounds good? Sounds good.
What up?
What up? So, for those of you who don't know, well, you know who this man is. He's here in Winnipeg. Hankerin Ferinale himself.
So cold.
Has traveled across the Canadian mountains,
It's summer.
the prairies, fended off wild coyotes.
Face spiders.
Yeah, he's been doing a week of short rests. The gods have been cruel, giving no full rests.
And I
for a
misread
week.
the rules, so I have like 3 hit points left.
Yeah, exactly. And like all out of hit die. And you're here. He's here in Winnipeg for an actual proper long rest.
Yep. In a bed.
Yeah.
No spiders.
And we're gonna play some D&D tonight. We're not gonna play D&D. We're gonna play ICRPG because that would be weird if we didn't do that, right?
Yeah, I mean, just like
You guys, I've talked about it. You know.
After this journey, we have to.
Yeah, exactly. So if you don't know, that's his game. There will be a link in the stuff, so you can go check it out. But anyways, we're gonna play, and you're gonna play for my group, and you're gonna use my terrain.
Yep.
And we've kind of spent the past day just kind of staring at my stuff.
Yeah. It's just been
Being
sitting
like-
in here, just like, this is cool.
You know, being like, I've seen this stuff on camera, but it's different in real life.
Yes.
And it's weird and strange. And we've been talking about kind of the perceptions of making this stuff and what it means and the quality of it and the process and you've been asking weird stuff about it and just like I don't know. But anyways, where we're going with this is we're both crafting DMs.
Yes.
We're both YouTube peoples. And we try to help people play their game better. Right? That's our goal.
Yeah, it's like this sort of, it's a realization when you start doing it that you want to share.
Yeah, like at first
Yeah.
it was just, hey, let's like show the world the cool kind of stuff
Yeah,
that
but
we're
then
into.
you're like, oh man, like people
I
need to
have the power
people
to
need to
change the
know.
game. Like, yeah.
Or how to not cut yourself. Because like the 40th time, you're like, I just realized how to quit cutting myself with this X-Acto knife. I need to tell people.
So both of us, the goal is to like make people's games more better than they used to be. Right? That's the deal.
Absolutely, yes.
And we do that in different ways. Like I show them like an old man, like on this, like Bob Vila, like
You
how
got your tool belt.
to like make
You're
it.
going to want a 3/4 inch route on this.
Exactly. And you like belligerently show them how to mentally alter their game and think of it on another level.
Yeah,
But-
that's fair.
Right?
Yeah.
But we both use stuff. We both use terrain. And we've talked a lot about the similarities and the differences between the stuff that we build.
Yes.
Right?
It's clearly on our mind.
And there's a lot of similarities, but there's some differences in terms of, I'm not going to use the word quality because that's not correct, but in terms of precision.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
precision does not equal quality.
That's definitely the first thing I feel looking at your stuff is that
Yeah.
you have precision.
Precision. But
Yeah.
precision does not always equal
Yeah.
higher quality or better.
Correct.
Right?
Absolutely.
Like Jackson Pollock is a thing.
Absolutely.
Right?
On the extreme end, yeah. Just
Yeah.
like abandon all precision, and it's still something really fun about looking at it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think that a lot of viewers can see precision work, see stuff that I make or like guys much better than me make, and it can be like an overwhelming, intimidating.
Especially if you're at the beginning, which is honestly everybody.
Most people.
I mean, even everyone who's done everything, they're at the beginning. I mean,
Yeah.
the beginning is all of life, let's face it. So yeah, this is one thing that I felt, this is why we wanted to talk about it, is like looking at Jeremy's stuff in person, the precision and quality and like attention to detail and stuff is not something I currently do.
The mild Asperger's, like it's a little bit on the spectrum.
It's working. if that's a thing, then. But it's a feeling that I felt right away.
Yeah.
It's the biggest difference between our crafting styles.
Yeah.
So, I guess what.
But
so what's our,
does it matter? Does it matter? Like at your table. So
oh, okay. There's the question.
If you're seeing this stuff and going, I want to make something cool for my D&D game, I want to like make my players go, oh shit, and like stand up and take pictures, right?
Yeah.
Especially if you've been playing with a group for a while, and like this is like the other level that you want to approach, and you really want to do it, and you see something that people make online, you're like, I can't make that. I mean, my goal, like the whole point of my damn channel is, yes, you can. Like just start, just do it, break it down. Everything is a series of small steps.
Yep.
Conquer those steps, and you will conquer the mountain, and it'll be good. But it can still be intimidating.
Yeah, I guess this is where the rub of what we wanted to kind of say or put out as the sort of thesis is, for me, I see what you do, and I get 10% of the way into it, and I kind of get excited. Like when you did the sort of jungle thing. Like you're doing sort of jungle terrain, and actually the last thing I was thinking about was like, ooh, I want to do jungle terrain just like you did.
Yeah.
The first thing I thought was like, I want lizard people.
I want lizard people. I want to
And
be
then
in
I
the
was like,
jungle.
Okay, I think I got lizard people covered because I got those little guys that are left over from the thing. Okay, and then I was like, well, I need some sort of maybe something to make it feel jungly. And I never wind up doing what Jeremy does with your
I don't think you
with
have
your
like
terrain.
a physical item that you could be like, this is like a black magic
No,
project.
not at all.
Right.
Yeah, and so, but I still get a lot out of the watching and the feeling of like, whoa, where's this going? Especially like the whole cathedral video set. I think that was one of your biggest kind of awesomes that kind of came out of nowhere. And it not only made me think like, man, I wish I had sort of a big badass cathedral at my table. It also, for me, more importantly, it was like, ooh, I want to run a cathedral game.
Yeah.
Now, okay, do I have the terrain? I don't know. Who cares?
Yeah.
I'll figure something out. But I saw this idea of this spiky roof cathedral thing.
Yes. The tone.
The tone. And to me, I think this was sort of the epiphany or the realization that I had showing up here and looking at the stuff was like, it's way more accurate and precise and well made than anything I have. But I just want to tell everybody out there watching,
It doesn't matter.
it does not matter. Like the idea is what's fun for me next.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's like, I don't have a Proxon cutter and I don't know I don't have all these chemicals and like my paints aren't arranged by hue across from left to right. And like Jeremy's super, you guys can't see everything, but you've probably seen it.
Well, you've seen another one,
in other videos. Yeah, but this shit is like dialed. I have a box with like almost everything in it. You guys have seen my solid toolbox in the background of my videos. It's like a truck toolbox of all my crap.
Some of you out there got like your shoebox full of craft paint.
Yeah.
Right? And you like pull it out onto the dining room table to start working. And
you're like, I have no yellow.
You don't even have like, forget you don't have like a hot wire cutter. You don't even have like a proper utility knife. You got a steak knife.
Well, yeah, I use my pocket knife a lot to do all my crafting.
And it's fine.
Yeah, I use what's it called? A sentoku, like a big sushi knife.
A sushi knife.
That's what I use to cut all my foam. And I also, like, we were talking about it earlier, is like, Jeremy does these rock things, which you guys have probably seen with like the sort of the curved scallop cuts. And like this sort of technique to get this very intentional looking rock. Or Proxon cuts. And I break a lot of my foam to make rocks. I don't even know what's going to happen. I just kind of hit it with a cinder block or with a rock or with a knife and then crack it over the table and lop the top off and there's my rock. But at the same time, I would get the idea for the shapes from some of what you were doing.
Exactly.
And I wanted to just extend this, like, I don't know, this Bodhisattva open heart to be like, that's totally groovy. If you're watching Black Magic like I do, and you're not doing it like to this level, like his houses and stuff, especially like something I would freak out halfway through. Rock on. Just like make wacky little messes for your table, and it's totally still the idea. It's still the same thing. I don't know.
Absolutely.
Does that feel, is there a glowy ET heart?
And make you feel warm and fuzzy inside. Everybody's special. You're good enough. You're smart enough. And goddamn it, people like you.
That's right. You don't have to dribble the ball faster. You don't have to be the best.
But I think the underlying more important thing is some people, myself included, can have a tendency to just like see the flaws in their work.
Absolutely.
And not the beautiful flaws, because that's a separate thing. But the unfinishedness. Like you have a game coming up and you're like, I really wanted this cathedral to like be like flickering light inside. But I didn't have time, or I couldn't figure out how to do it. and you go into your game and you're feeling bummed out because you built this thing and it didn't have the like one feature you really wanted, and you could ruin your whole gaming night thinking about that and feeling like you failed, and that is just toxic. And don't do that, because remember that if you just had a cardboard building that you just quickly painted like stone, like when I first started, my first like DM Scotty style cardboard buildings that I just like sponge painted and were like super rudimentary, the table loved it.
Yeah, that's still how I do things.
Like,
I do like dark gray sponge and light gray sponge, and
it's still gonna blow your players away. Like, and it's still gonna be awesome and cool and fun.
Yeah.
So don't let yourself be crippled by the amount of like time or skill or tools or whatever, because
I mean, maybe this is why like sort of there's a oh, you have terrain on your table kind of nose turning, is because, well, what about that night when you're sandboxing?
Yeah.
And the players want to go off to a place you haven't crafted yet, then you're not cool enough to be ready for that. Like, that's like really common critique for terrain. But it's like, dude, this is a teleportation portal.
Yeah. Bam, done.
Terrain. Like it's my coaster, bag of chips, cathedral.
I mean,
terrain.
I had like one of my last sessions, the players were just like in their hometown after like a big cataclysmic thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Naturally.
It's a full town. I'm not gonna like
make a town.
If I had an encounter planned for like outside the bar, then I set up a couple houses and that's that encounter. Right. But I wanted them to do their own thing. Like, just go. I can't. What am I going to do? Take the whole room up?
Right.
With them and map out the town like
a war table? What's
going
to happen next? I don't know.
So,
what would happen?
You know what I did?
You zoom out?
So
you made a micro town?
So this is, you can't probably see it. It's probably just like a white blob on the screen. This is like my map of my town that I made, right?
Yep.
So for that encounter, what did I do? I took this piece of paper, I put it in the middle of my table,
and then everybody goes,
and you are here. Where are you going?
I'm like, I want to be over here in this little camp.
And we like totally just zoomed out and spent like 2 hours just playing old school theater of the mind style.
And there are weird things written on here that I don't understand.
Yeah, like because some of these buildings didn't actually. It was like, where's your house? Where's your house? I didn't know.
You're like,
so we decided that was the house. Like, you don't need to make everything. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect. You can be a crafting DM and spend half your game or your whole game or whatever without any terrain. Yep. You're not beholden to the terrain.
Yep.
Don't let yourself fall victim to like the need. Once in a while, once you set the expectation and the bar really high for your players, instead of trying to like break that, like beat that, just take it all away.
Yeah, which is what we did for my adventure Night of the Crack.
Yeah.
When I was making Night of the Crack, I did not make all the stuff. And so we started playing, and I was just drawing index cards. I drew those funny little dinosaurs on the index cards because I didn't have any dinosaurs. And stuck them out. And at first, they were like, whoa, there's like 2D stuff. And then it started getting really funny. Yeah. And then that's kind of part of where index card came from, is like how funny those little things were in the context of lots of other cool 3D things that I made.
Yes.
So I think it's an important message, because sometimes our channels get very deeply grooved into this kind of like, how dope can you make a fucking lizard shrine?
Yeah.
Well, I can make one like hella cool, and the message might be, this is the key to your game and everything, and like do it my way and everything.
But it's not. Like, what's the real key? The real key is have people you like spending time with.
Yep.
Sit around a table, have some fun, drink some beers, eat some snacks. And yeah, once in a while drop like a cool cathedral on the table so everyone goes, oh shit.
Right.
But that's not the game.
It's plenty.
This is not the game.
Yeah.
Like, this is just the masturbation between the game, right?
Which is a huge part of not the game, but of the hobby. And
this is the life. This is the life.
Yeah. I have not liked some of the messaging that has been coming out recently, that if you're not playing, it's not D&D. I don't like that message.
That's toxic.
Yep. I like, if you're just some dude that lives in bumfuck nowhere and there's no one to play with and you have no internet, you can still totally do the hobby. You can still like write and dream and
like crafting a world and building,
and then you kind of can sit at the end of the night and be like, man, I wish there was like 5 people to come over, but The fact that there aren't doesn't mean like, well, I quit because I'm not doing it. No, it's still like being a writer. It's like being an artist. It's like you're just inside of it and
live in your world.
I think that's the most fun part. So I don't like some of the messaging of like, if you're not just playing all the time, then you're not really doing D&D.
But I don't like any of the messaging of if you're not blank, you're not blank.
You're not blank.
Like,
right,
piss
right.
off.
Your blank is blank.
Don't tell me how to have fun. My fun is different than your fun.
Yeah, it's like you said yesterday was a funny one of like, it's an odd world where people seem to care about how others have fun.
Yeah.
Like, hey, quit it. You guys aren't having the right kind of fun over there.
Why are you arguing on Reddit
And
about
we're playing
yeah.
Moncala.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
Stop arguing on Reddit about whether or not I allow my buddy Chris to use a spear as a finesse weapon.
Right.
Like, wow.
Although, I don't know, maybe that's its own
Although,
form
you know what?
of it. That's its own hobby.
Who am I to say?
You just
who
did
am
it.
I did it. If you have fun arguing about
Your
the
fun
rule-
on Reddit arguing is crap.
that's totally fine as well.
Yeah, rock on. Argue about it on
Just
Reddit.
don't let your fun break my fun.
Stop arguing on Reddit.
Anyways, I forget.
Everything else is totally okay.
What was this video about?
I don't know. It's about my experience of how precise your shit is. And my first experience was like, that's really cool, but I still like my chunky, silly stuff.
Yes.
And I wanted to extend that with E.T. Glowing Heart.
And you can have your own style, which you should. Like, don't make my stuff.
Either way.
You can if you want.
If you're good enough, like, it's just like This Old House is a great analogy.
Yeah.
If you can watch This Old House and do the no nails glue together table project that he does on the show and nail it.
Great.
Oh wait,
But if
see
you
what I did there?
if you want
And nail it
and nail it
with no nails.
Oh, no nails.
Anyway, then rock on.
But if you need to use a brad
job.
nailer to just get shit done,
What's a bread nailer?
brad nailer, like an air nailer, like
Oh, like you're doing a no nails project. And then
yeah,
right at
but
the
you
end
nail
you're
it
like,
because it's faster. At the end, you still have a table, and your friends are gonna come over, and you're gonna have like wine and cheese on that table.
Yeah, and you
They
can
don't care
tell
if
them
there's
that it
nails.
has no nails in it.
Or not.
Oh, okay.
Or just like, they'll be like, oh my god, you made a table. Like, holy crap, you made a table.
Yeah,
Not everybody's made a table.
Did they know this whole room was coming, or did they just get surprised?
They kind of knew. Yeah. Like when I built this room for my group,
But then they're like,
they
"Hey,
knew. But
this
the thing is,
dope."
like, I did it in like a week and a half.
So what used to be in here?
A garage.
Like a car? With some oil stains? And
Well, yeah, like it's just like an attached garage. And for me, it was like a workshop. And it was like I cut like plywood and spray
This is
painted
way
things. And it was like a messy thing where there was like always like this much sawdust on the floor.
right.
But then I was like, no, man, this room's got to be fun.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So, anyways, what's the message is just make cool stuff that's fun, however you want. Have good friends, play games.
Yep.
Or don't, just make it.
Yeah,
whatever.
the instructions aren't the rules.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like, well,
Exactly.
I tried to do it just like he did it, and it looks all fucked up. That's cool.
The only instruction
Love
is
yourself.
just start. Just
Yeah.
start. Just do it. Just make the thing.
I actually had a viewer that responded with a great comment, which is like what I said, and then he told me like, thanks for saying that, was the only mistake you can do with doing art is to not do it.
Is to not do it.
Everything else is going to be awesome. But if you're kind of like, I don't know, this doesn't look how I want, then you're never going to get better at it, and you're never going to be able to lean back with all your beers in you and be like, you know what, that soda can made a pretty good castle.
Yep.
Yeah, you know, like
Gummy bears are perfectly acceptable.
just power through it. Fuck it.
Yeah. Okay. Time's running out.
Yep. E.T. Glowing Heart.
See you guys again next time.
Oh.
Cheers. Happy crafting.
Yeah. I almost was doing Gregorian chants. I forgot that's my thing.
That's your thing. But do it. And on that note, peace out.